ended up on base waiting for my orders to get discharged. I wanted to get out, and I couldn't because I was government property. So I'm like, all right, I don't want to be here. So I went AWOL again, went out west, got arrested. A year later, got shipped back across in shackles, orange jumpsuit, the whole deal. Got put in the brig, military prison. And about 8.5 months after that, I got out. Then they kicked me out, gave me a bad conduct discharge. Then I'm in and out of prison, in and out of jail. Just my life is twisted, man. And I'm hurting and destroying everything. I met a girl. We ended up moving in together. I schmoozed her, talked her into thinking I was such an amazing guy. I was a con artist, professional manipulator. Ended up, we moved in together, and we had this daughter 1.5 years in. And my girlfriend was like realizing that, you know what, I was a con, I was a lie. I was suicidal. She told me she was going to leave. I threatened to kill her. I told her, if you leave, I'll kill you and whoever you're with. Then I'll kill myself. And that's the way I thought, man. So my daughter grew up that way. Girlfriend didn't leave, 7.5 years. Old, my daughter was. 9 years in, I ended up one day coming home after a drug deal. My girl's gone. She took my daughter. So I'm like, I'm done. So I went to her stepdad's house to get a rifle. On the way to the gun cabinet, I passed by a phone book. I opened this thing that flipped open to churches. So I made a check at one of these churches, had no idea why, because I was not pursuing God. See, nobody finds God, God finds you. Yeah. No one comes to God unless the Father, no one comes to Jesus unless the Father draws them. So God is the one that was wounding my heart, but I had no clue. I met this guy, and I saw something in his eyes that was different. And I'm like, dude, what's the deal with you? He's like, man, this is Jesus. I said, I did not come here to hear about Jesus. And he's like, this is a church. But I had no grid for church, and I had no idea, because my idea was church was a bunch of people that were hypocrites. People that claimed one thing and walked out another. People that were one way here and another way there. And that I never saw anything, anything different. He's like, since you don't want your life, why don't you give it away? And I thought, who's going to want my life? Like, my life's twisted. Why would someone want this? And they shared the cross with me. I'm like, fine, whatever, dude. That was like my prayer. That's not good. But it was something. There was a seed that went in. So I ended up like incorporating Jesus into my life instead of surrendering. So I ended up, drug addiction got worse. My girlfriend came home. Now you're a hypocrite. She's an atheist. Comes from a lineup of no Christians in her family either. So we're together for about 5.5 months. I'm out on crack binges 4 or 5 nights a week, dude. Telling God how sorry I am. If you're really real, then why? If you're real, then why? And that was my life, man, just twisted. 5.5 months in, I go out one night in a drug deal. I pick up some kid from New York City, because I live in Pennsylvania. It's right below New York. Bought I conned him into handing me a 1/4 ounce of crack. Told him I was a cop. I said, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can always be used against you. I knew my rights because they've been read them to me a lot. So dude gets out of the car. As soon as he did, I hit the accelerator pedal, and he unloaded a 9mm at me from 10 feet away. And I heard God say, I took those bullets for you. Are you ready to live for me yet? Not many people get that chance in their life, man. So I went and I did all the drugs to try to get high anyway, because I couldn't get that voice to go away. And every time I took a hit off the pipe, that voice came back and said, I took those for you. Are you ready yet? And I'm like, freaking out, man. So I had no idea what my father's voice was like. But that was it. It was the voice of mercy that called out to me. I get home that night after about 4 hours. I should be dead, man. It should have killed me. I get home. My girlfriend's up. My daughter's up. She's screaming and raging. And I realized when I looked at my car, there was no bullet holes in there. And I was like, this is real. Something's real. I got it. So I went in. She said, get out of my life. I left. 3 days later, I'm in a place called Teen Challenge. I'd gone to this program. You enter for a year. I submitted to God. Submission to God is the resistance of the devil. But submitting to God means you submit to Him and what He says about you. I didn't know what that meant, except I knew I gave up. I just surrendered. Like, I surrender all means every part of you is surrendering to the King. So I went into this program. I couldn't read. I never read a book before. I had ADHD. Couldn't read anything. My whole life I never read a book because I couldn't remember anything. So why read? So I'm in there, and about 1.5 months in, the Bible opened up to me, and it was a scripture in James. It says, by that wisdom, ask God. And I went, oh my God, that's it, I'm wisdomless. And I freaked out. And God was like, I can work with that. And the Bible opened up to me, and the Bible's the first book that I can understand.